It's an almost completely anonymous building in central Caracas, but it is a high-security prison. No outsiders have ever been allowed in here before. We were searched and our equipment checked before guards opened the gate. The multi-story building is basically a huge square. The staircase leads you to the only outside space in the prison. This secretive institution has a special class of inmate. This is where the Venezuelans lock up the foreigners.
Presente. Colombia. Presente. Inglaterra. Presente. Venezuela. Presente. Dominicana. Presente.
These bizarre parade ground rituals are not compulsory.
Presente. Presente.
But if the prisoners don't comply to what is a form of institutionalized brainwashing, then they're given no good behavior credits against their sentences. The foreigners are praising the revolution of Hugo Chavez, and they're from all over the world. They're almost all convicted drug smugglers. Salvatore Cerelli is from Southampton. His father is Italian. He's serving 13 years for cocaine smuggling. He admits trafficking several times. He was, he says, trying to raise money to come home to the UK.
We went in broke, so I decided to do that. So because to get more money to go to England, because we don't have money enough to go to England to survive in England. So we had to sell the houses here, the cars, the lands, and everything to go back to Europe.
This is by no means the worst prison in Latin America, but for the men spending long hours in tiny cells, the fact that they're in a country where ordinary people can't eat, where medical supplies are scarce and human rights are regularly abused, means they're extremely vulnerable. The prison system, like everything else in Venezuela, is in danger of falling apart, with them inside. And they have no communication with the outside world. In the culture room, basically the library, John Tweel looks after the prison books. Originally from Spalding, the 58-year-old is serving 15 years, caught with 31 kilos of cocaine at the airport. Like most of the prisoners, any despair has long since gone.
When you've been in prison 8 years, 8.5 years, it's no good crying. I'm going to cry. We're sad of it. I'm sick as it is. I can't. It's no good me getting down and depressed because I'll get sick, more sick. So it's no good getting depressed about these things. And hopefully my sentence is finished soon. So.
Alexis Sanchez is from New Jersey in the United States. A man in his hostel room was carrying drugs. He wasn't, he claims. Either way, he's now serving 17 years for dealing. Mr. Sanchez wants to be repatriated to the United States, but with relations between the US and Venezuela at an all-time low, he knows his case is not a priority.
Maybe because of my nationality, they could disapprove. This is just an opinion that I'm having. It's not a fact, you understand? But we all know that in politics, these type of things tend to happen from time to time.
The Venezuelan authorities confirm that despite COVID, all the foreigners remain in this prison and are alive. All the repatriation requests appear to be suspended. But there is no other communication with the men. And of course, they have no idea that a pandemic has just swept across the world. Stuart Ramsay, Sky News, Caracas.